Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome Akela-B 24. Hello, Akela.
Hello, Jean. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are.
Happy Sunday. It's actually morning here, but it's very overcast, so it's a little dark in my room.
Yes.
But this is the beginning of the fall weather. The leaves are changing, and the weather is a little cool. And I'm really enjoying the new weather. The long sleeves and the warm, uh, you know, clothing. I wore a coat the other day for the first time in a long time.
I
A jacket.
Mhm. And it's darker in the mornings, because I used to get up on Saturday mornings and I'll go like walk, run, whatever. But it's so dark. I'm like, I'm not going out there. It's not safe to go out there that early in the morning. And in the evenings, it's getting darker quicker too. So I'm like, when will I?
But we have the daylight savings coming.
Oh,
So the clocks are going to change. So we'll it'll feel like a little bit of an extra hour of daylight. But
it's true.
I'm getting mixed up with I usually call my mom every day at the same time and she says, "Why are you calling so late?" She's Southern. And I said, "Mom," I said, it's still only 7 o'clock. And she's like, "What? Oh, seems like it's 10 o'clock at night." Like she's
Because it's so dark. It's so dark.
hmm.
I'm ready
Yeah.
for change.
And she's actually the one who reminded me about the time change to get that little bit of an extra hour. I
Mhm.
don't know. I'm of two minds. I don't like the time change because once you get used to it, you have to switch back.
Yes.
But I do like the extra hour. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you all for being here. And Akela-B is simulcasting on her channel. Please do go over and subscribe. Support Akela. She's an amazing psychic medium and intuitive and much, much more. And her channel name is just Akela-B 24, just like you see it there. So please do go on over and like and subscribe and leave her a little comment and let her know that you did. That would be wonderful. We love that. Hi, Brenda T. Hi, KMO, Puja,
Mhm.
Tani, Stephanie. I wanted to show everybody just real quick. We're going to get to your questions. Please do post your questions in caps and use emojis if you can, and we'll get to them right away. But I wanted to show you guys later on today. It's today. So this is the front page of my website, and this is where you can find all my readings down here. And you see where it says contact SunPsychic Jean, and then right here it says events. When you click on the events, this is the ghost stories that we're having today. And today is October 12th, and it's at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and you can register here. And when you register, let me just click on it. It's only $5. And you can read a little bit about it here. And when you click on it and pay the $5, you get the link right away. So that email that you get a receipt for has the Zoom link. So I don't have to go back and send all these people. I had to send 30 Zoom links to 30 different emails. So now it just goes right to you. And look at these puppies. Are they adorable?
Yes. And the one with the little pigtail on top of its head.
I know. And it's not gonna be gory, it's not gonna be scary, but it's gonna be quite interesting. And we all know about it here, but I just wanted to show everybody if anybody's interested and remind you that it is later today.
And
So,
not
mhm.
to interrupt you, what I love about that, and it's on Zoom, is that it allows others who've been in the chat who don't really get to say anything. It allows you to share your experiences that you've encountered as well. So it's a two-way street. It's not just you talking. You know what I mean? So I
Yes.
people come and they have fun hearing, the stories as well as sharing any encounters that they've had. Because I know I love
Mhm.
hearing them.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to that later today. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to start with Tani. And she said she would love to hear a message from Spirit Family. So I'm going to maybe like ancestors.
Okay.
So they're talking to me a little bit about ceremony and your own practice, Tani. Do you have like a clearing ceremony or a building ceremony or a candle ceremony? Something around this ritual or ceremony that you normally do that you may not be applying for yourself because you're like, oh, I've done it. Just they want you to honor the time and the connection with that ceremony. If it's a water ceremony, whatever it is that you enjoy doing, that you feel a stronger connection, this is the time of year that they want you to practice connecting. And it could be, a 5 minute, 10 minute, 15-minute ceremony. It's the setting up of the ceremony, it's the intention of the ceremony. And then it is your desire, your soul's desire. So they want you to practice something intentional in your now moment, like in your everyday life, and not just rely on them out there to show you the way. It's important for you to incorporate that in your everyday. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. So, Tony, what I heard for you was they're letting you know that they love you. And I heard, keep going, right? Keep going. Then, as I'm sitting here trying to get in messages, I pulled from a deck. But as I'm pulling, I heard, ask for help. So, no matter what it is you're dealing with, you're going through, as Jean may have said, there's something, excuse me, spiritual that you, some ceremony that you might be working on. If you don't know like what the next step is in that ceremony, it's okay to ask someone who you think may know, even within this community. Drop it in the chat and see what assistance you can get. But I pull for you I got the horse, and it's a beautiful white horse, and it says freedom. There we go. It says freedom. And it says, to be truly free, we must learn true independence. Trust yourself. As listening to people who may have other agendas is not the way to make good, clear decisions. Individuation from our parents is a natural process, although it is often fraught with difficulty on both sides. Your true power resides in your ability to always know you have a choice, and that choice is yours to make. And as I'm reading this, I'm seeing in my head, if the ceremony or whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, if others are telling you, no, 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 you can't, here are all the cons, there are no pros, ignore them. Trust that you know what to do. You see your icon, that lady standing there with her hand in the air, that is the strength, that is the power that is pushing you. They're telling you, be that person. Well, not that person, but you know what I'm saying. Be like that imagery. Trust the strength, believe and trust in who you are. And that's the message I have for you, Tani. And I hope it helps. Thanks, Jean.
Tani, that was really wonderful. And she said, yes, that they have a smoking ceremony, and she definitely will do one for herself. And yes, she does understand. And then she says, wow, I had horses, and I also felt free when I would go horse riding.
Oh,
So,
wow. Chills. Wow.
she said, that's a beautiful meaning of that card. And she says, yes, I'm Indigenous Australian. That's why I put that profile pic. Mm-hmm.
Tani's giving me chills.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, both of you. Appreciate the message. You're very welcome, Tani. What a way to kick off the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some vibrations there for sure. So KMO, I see your question. Can you give us your mom's first name, please? And so I'm going to jump over to Lacey while KMO puts her mom's first name in.
Okay.
And she says, can spirit guides manifest in physicality? Has one of mine done this before?
Ooh.
I have to say yes, because somebody asked me for a message from their grandmother, and their grandmother was very intense and had a lot of strength coming through. And her grandmother was saying that she was her spirit guide before she was incarnated, came here to be your grandmother, to guide you your spiritual guidance in person. And now that your grandmother had passed, she's still your spirit guide. And it was so profound, so clear. And yes, they can manifest physically. And also, like earth angels come into your life for a certain reason, or say just a few words, like a stranger, or they make you, not make you, but it causes you to think of something in a different way, or causes you compassion, or causes you to realize something, and then that person or that it just disappears.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's cats and dogs. A lot of cats come, and they're like your soul provide not a protector, but a guardian of our soul. Sometimes our cats, mostly cats, I would have to say, in that way. But yes, spirit guides can manifest in physicality, and this is my opinion. There may be other opinions out there. What say you, Akela?
I immediately felt a yes, they can manifest physically. And then I was honing in on the second part of her question. Has one of mine done this before? And I'm getting in a past life, a different, not necessarily this lifetime. One has done that for you. So I don't have my pendulum close by. I forgot to grab it. I don't know. Do you have yours, Jean? Do you want to check?
And what do you want? What's the question?
Has one of her spirit guides manifested physically?
Oh, okay. Has one of Lacey's spirit guides ever been in the physical form? I'm getting yes, but it's quite slow. So is a representation. It's almost like your spirit guides could affect other people to behave in a certain manner. Did one of her actual spirit guides manifest physically? And it's going in a circle. Did one of her spirit guides influence in a physical? And see how much it's going much faster. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I think it's like influenced and and let me just, okay, stop. Did one of Lacey's spirit guides come through as a pet? No. So I just wanted to check that. But I think it was more of an influence, because sometimes, like, I said something to somebody and they said, you have no idea how much I needed to hear that. And I'm like, and I even forgot exactly what I just said. Like, I don't know, but that's what would be your spirit guide would influence me to say something, or influence somebody to say something,
Yeah.
I do feel that they can come in and influence. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So KMO would like to speak to her mom or connect with her mom, and her mom's name is Maria.
Okay.
So I'm getting somebody that was a little slow moving. And, this is really typical, but she's just showing me herself moving slowly and deliberately. So I feel like she had some mobility issues towards the end. She's showing me a butterfly transformation. So, Maria, please feel in your heart what you would like to say to your daughter, and I'll translate that. She wants you to know that she is at peace. She is with angels and the divine. She is in the divine, with the divine. And and angels are around her. And is your dad there? She's with a gentleman. She's with a man. She's also showing me animals. She's a very conservative dresser, is what she's showing me, or she has like honestly, it looks like a nun's habit, but it's like the bottom part, like maybe I don't know if there was like a shawl or a cape thing that she's showing me, but she seems to be covered. And I'm just gonna, I just want to say what I feel coming through. She's coming through a little in dribs and drabs. She said her heart is happy. She said her heart is free, and she wants you to be joyous. I do feel like she was religious. She said, I'm similar to I'm with the divine. She said she's with God and I do feel her saying something like her heart is free, her heart is open, her heart is joyous. And I do want to take my time. She wants to say something, and I'm just not picking it up. She wants to thank you. She's bowing to you and saying thank you. And she's in so much gratitude. She wants to show you so much gratitude. It's almost like she's kneeling and bowing in front of you as a great gratitude for all of your perseverance and all of your love. And she just is overjoyed, really, where she is, and that she's free in her heart. I don't know what that means. I don't know if there was any like lung or heart congestion or something around that, but it's also her love, the burden that she had here in this world. I felt like she had a burden. I'm not sure if she lost somebody or if there was a tragedy in her life or something, but she said that she is free of all of this now. And she's smiling, and she wants you to know that to be joyful, and that she will be around you. I do feel as though you have like a picture or a prominent area for her picture or some pictures of her. And she's saying that when you do focus on these pictures or this area that's sort of devoted to your mom, she does feel that and can come in closer to you. She does say that she's going to be around you. She wants to support you and send you blessings. She said that your efforts and your sacrifice is going to come back to you tenfold. So I'm just going to stop there. She's a lovely woman, but she's really very much devoted to you. How about, she had a very strong heart and did pass with Parkinson's. She did lose her son. Yeah, that was the burden. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
She has one more. She said, yes, we do have an area here at home, I guess, dedicated to Miss Maria.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wonderful. You're welcome, KMO. Akela, what do you have there?
That was interesting, right, Jean? Because when you were talking, I'm here and I'm like, I'm struggling a little bit to get her. And then later on, as you were wrapping up, I was like, why am I not really getting anything from you? And because you were relaying her in such a way, I felt like she wasn't a huge talker to be like both of us. So she was giving you everything that she could. But what the two things I heard her say for you, KMO, was progress. So whatever you're doing, you're making progress in it. And peace. She's at peace. So she doesn't want you to like stress and worry about her. But then I pulled some cards for, and the first thing she wants you to know is the earth is our school. So we're here learning. We're learning. Sometimes I tell people, I said, I had a friend who came into my life and he came in to teach me how to love, right? Because I didn't know how to love. So people come into our lives, even our parents, to teach us different things, friends, even pets, right? Then she said, you have nothing to feel guilty about. Whatever you did while she was here on earth, if you're harboring and holding on to those, allow yourself to set it free. She's no longer, there's no ill will, right? And she wants you to not feel guilty. Maybe you feel like you didn't do too much. I could have, should have, would have. Guess what? In that moment, that wasn't the lesson for you to learn, right? But now she's telling you, don't feel guilty. Allow yourself to move on. Let go of that guilt, hurt, pain, whatever it may be. She also says that she is learning stuff over there, and then lastly, her mind is free. So just know that the things that we deal with here, the earthly struggles, she's not dealing with that. All of those are gone. And she wants you to do the same. Try to, it'll be difficult, but allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself to give yourself love is what I'm feeling. And don't hold on to any of what was. And that's what I have for you, KMO.
Yeah.
Okay.
How lovely. Yeah, she said, I'm going to set my guilt free. Yeah. It's really it's easy for us to put things, judge ourselves and, second guess ourselves. But I don't know, did she pass recently? She was showing me a lot of pictures and it was coming in. Sometimes it comes in like a dripping faucet and sometimes it comes in like a fire hose. And she was a little bit more like a dripping faucet, like just a little bit. And I wasn't even sure I was exact on some of those. So 2024, so it's been a year, a little over a year. Either that or like Akela said, maybe she was just a little bit quiet and oh, she passed on your birthday. Aw. Wow. Yeah, that's really rough.
Yeah. But you know what, KMO, I saw a post a few weeks ago, and the post said, when we lose someone, why do we always ask, how do you feel, right? Because we kind of know how the person feels. We're saying it out of compassion. And in the post, it says, instead of asking, how do you feel, ask the person who has lost someone, what is your fondest memory with that person? And watch the shift in the energy. Because when I ask you how you feel, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Right? Sadness and all the pain and of the losing that person rushes in, and then the water fountain starts to go. But when I ask, what was your fondest memory of that with that person, the energy shifts, because now you're thinking of all the glorious moments you had together, not the losing them. So I feel, and I say this because, as you said, she passed on your birthday. What she made me feel was that even though it was your birthday, it's not about the sadness. That's when she's even closest to you, because it is on your special day. So shift if you can. Try to see your birthday or that day as a positive instead of a moment of sadness. Okay? And that's what I have for you, KMO.
I think that's really important, and that's what she said to me too. She said her heart is joyful, and it's like a birthday, or it's like a new beginning for them on the other side. even though it's time for them leaving you. She wants you to be joyous and joyful. That's very true. I'll keep that in mind. All the best to you, KMO. It's I'm so sorry for your loss. It's it comes through in, like a peeled onion, a little bit at a time, a little bit, and each time it's a little bit different. But allow yourself, be kind to yourself while you're going through that. Aw.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Hi,
Jenny.
Ginny. Did we say that at the same time? So I see your question, Mary. Can you send me an email and I'll send it to you, Mary? I don't know how come that's difficult, but just send me an email and say, please send me the link. Okay. All right. So let's go to Delphi. Delphi Ross, if you're still here, say hello. And then after Delphi, we'll go to Leah.
Okay.
And Delphi says, want a message from your guides or my guides? Thank you.
Okay. Delphi Ross.
So what I'm hearing for you, Delphi, is they want you to walk your talk. I know that you hold your spirituality in your heart, and you express things in private. But they almost want you to live what you know and incorporate what you know in your everyday life. And I think this is very similar to one of the first ones. They want you to bring it in. And to Tani's, it was similar to Tani's. They want you to bring it in and sort of live the reality of what you know, what you're studying, what you're understanding, what you're experiencing. They want you to carry this through in your everyday life. And this is the intention of this whole transition, this whole shift in humanity, and the raising of the vibration of humanity, that we walk in balance with our spiritual and ego, our analytical side and our creative side, hand in hand. And they want you to incorporate this in everything that you do as much as you can in all of your choices. And this is why they're saying that we are the light workers. We are filled with light. We hold the light. We understand the light. We connect to the light. But now they want us to bring it out into our everyday life. Like, incorporate this into your food, incorporate this into your shower, incorporate this into your, daily activities. And as much as you can, because this is how sort of being conscious and aware. Consciousness is going to come in. Like, we're not going to do things mindlessly anymore. It's going to be more consciously and aware with purpose and intention. So that's what they have for you there, Delphi. Wow.
So, Delphi, for you, I heard, we see you through. And that's all I heard. We see you through. And I was like, okay, what does this mean? And then they took me to my deck. And for you, I got this, and this is the animal spirit oracle. You got the swan spirit, and it says time for a deep dive. That's beautiful. And this ties, I'll pull it back a bit. There you go. Time for swan spirit, time for a deep dive. But it says, excuse me, with their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depth. When swan spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of and great treasures to discover. Choose to dive deep into your whys. Asking the deeper question of yourself, you are led by the grace of Swan Spirit. And Jean, I didn't hear what you were saying, but I heard like bits and pieces, and this is perfect for based on what your message for Delphi was. Ask yourself why. And another thing I felt, Delphi, my crown chakra lit up. And whenever I feel, I always ask, okay, are messages coming in? Is she getting downloads? What's going on? So I feel like there is information that's coming into you, and you're probably asking yourself, what are you to do with it? Right? Go within. And because most of the times sometimes we don't know what the message is because it's not for the right now. It's for later on down the line. But go within. Even if it's for 5 minutes, silence your mind and ask your team, why? What is I'm getting? What am I supposed to do? And sometimes we think it's going to be the long-winded passage, and it's not. It's one word, one sentence, an image of someone looking back at you, and you're still like, why? Continue to ask the whys. And the more you ask the whys, I'm feeling like the more you'll get the answers you are searching for. As I said, do like the swan, dive deep into the depths of who you are and what it is you're supposed to be doing, and you'll get the message that you need to guide you where you need to go from your guides. And that's what I have for you, Delphi. Hope that helps.
Beautiful. I love that. Okay. Okay, next is Leah. And Leah, if you're still here, just say hello. And after Leah is I'm not sure if Cat Mama Meow, if that was a question, but it's all in caps. But just let me know if that was a question.
And Leah is here when you're ready.
Great. May I ask to speak to my ancestors, whomever get to you first, please, and then watch. I need to know
what
they see.
Ooh.
They watch. I need to know what they see. I'm not sure. We can get a message from your ancestors, but I'm not sure. They don't judge us. They don't evaluate us. They don't have an opinion about us. They love us. They encourage us. They guide us, but they don't. And I'm not sure if you can maybe elaborate, Leah, if there's no assist us.
She said they
watch over us. Yeah.
Sisters. Okay.
What they see when they watch over us.
So you know what I immediately got, Leah and Jean, I can say, because when I was reading your sentence, you have all those emojis, took my eye to the dove. But even though they took my eyes to the dove, what I'm seeing in my head is an eagle soaring high. And I take that the message for you is to see things from a higher perspective. Don't just look at the big print that's in front of you. Whatever it is you're going through, whatever it is you're dealing with, or you may have, I feel like you have a burning question inside, and this may not be it, but you have a burning question, and they want you, whatever that question is about, see the bigger picture. Think, look outside the box. That's what I'm getting. But I will also pull a card. And Jean, if you get anything, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I think that was really intuitive of you to point out that she does have a burning question inside. And as far as them, what they see, what I feel is that they see us as, beams of light inside of these, containers of humans. and they show us that our light or our energetic body or our, that we're walking around and pursuing our spiritual journey. It is very much, they don't have much to do about the nitty gritty of human stuff. They really don't. They don't want to know if your rent is going up or if you paid the electric bill, like that's all just sort of like the details in the play. But what they see is this light of ours, and how our soul is growing, our soul is serving and affecting other people, and being happy and connecting. Our soul is aware, and they see us as little souls. They don't see the human part. They don't see us going to the bathroom, taking a shower. They don't see us driving. They see our soul and what our soul is feeling and relating to around other people. And when we love other people and we are in, let's say you're at a birthday party for a 10-year-old or something, they see our souls shine lighter. And we see our souls gathering together with other souls that are shining lighter, and that they can see that there is a rise and a lightness in our soul. If there is somebody who we're helping, if there's an elderly person who we are taken care of, and we are burdened by this, but it's a service, a selfless service. They come in and try and help and support us in a way because they see the intention, our true, honest intention. But they really just don't get into the nitty gritties. And it's about how much we can open up, how much we can connect to our soul, to their soul, or to the spiritual realm, how much we can connect to other souls, and how much love and I don't know, just service to others, in order, not in order, but in to help others. How much we can help others in our in around us, because that helps our soul to grow. Life in on this earth is not about how much money you make, how many cars you have, how big your house is, or what your title is, how many school degrees you get. Life is about relationships. Life is about one person affecting another person. Whether you hold a door for somebody walking in and out of the Wawa, or if you are letting somebody in the freeway, or if you're helping somebody who's sick, or if you're joyous with people. It's about relationships. Our souls are here to expand and to grow, and it's all interrelated with our relationships with the people who trigger us, the people who we can't stand to be around, what that teaches us, and how we learn our lessons and open up our soul to grow. I know that's a lot more than what you wanted to know, but that's what I got. So. Mm-hmm. So
It's
she said, "Thank you both. I understand the messages service in this way."
yeah.
But it's a we're lit souls to them, and our happiness lights our soul up brighter, and our happiness is contagious. Um, you know, it's it's just what I see, what I feel, and
I pulled one card from the ancestors deck for Leah, and I got the patriarch, and it says unapologetic. And I love how he stands there, and you can feel his power, his strength, his no BS type of person, right? And here's what it says, Leah: you will achieve what you have set out to do. The patriarch steps up to remind you that you are the leader of your own life. Things are more stable and secure than you think. Your fears are lying to you. You have the wisdom that the situation requires. So, again, trust in yourself. This ancestor may also come forward when the authoritative energy around you is overpowering you. My dear one, stand up straight and own your own power. So don't let anyone or situation take control of you. You have what it takes. And that's what I have for you, Leo.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Leah. I think there's somebody in here that needed to hear that too. So, did I say who was next? Oh, did Cat Mama ever come back and tell me if that's her question? That's who I was looking for.
No, I
Cat
didn't.
Mama, was that a question that you wanted to share? I don't know if she's still here in the chat. I didn't see anything.
Didn't see anything. No.
And Polly, if you're still here, and Pooja, if you're still here.
Okay.
Polly and Pooja. Just say hello. Thank you all for being here.
Yeah.
Looking forward. Oh, and I will be on with Val from Butterfly or Dragonfly Crystals. She's coming on right after this at 2:30. Val from Dragonfly Crystals at 2:30 Eastern, which is 11:30 Pacific. Just so everybody knows while we're waiting for somebody to come in. You see. Pooja's here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Polly, if you're still here, you can say hello. And Teresa, you'll be after Pooja.
Teresa.
Okay, Pooja said, may I have guidance against my, a guidance message from my guides, please? Okay. What I was picking up is that they want you to know that to trust your instincts, trust yourself. I feel like you are in a spiritual practice, but you're saying, I don't know if I'm getting it. I don't know if what I'm getting is really true. I don't know if I'm really connecting. How do I know? And they want you to trust yourself and give them the benefit of the doubt. Like if you see numbers on a clock, you don't say, well, is it just that I looked at it and it was 2:22 at that moment? No, it was your angels making you look at that clock where it said 2:22. And it could be either, right? But give them the benefit of the doubt. Say, thank you, angels. I know that was you. Thank you. It leaves you open for more messages and more confirmations and validations to come through. And you can say, if what I experienced in my meditation was a message from you, my angels and guides, please validate that by showing me a feather, showing me a bird, sending me a sign or sending me a song, whatever it is that you want to receive as validation. I'm telling you, oh my God, you guys. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute. Let me write this down. I'm going to let Akela go so I don't mess her up. And I got to tell you, I can't believe I forgot. Go ahead, Akela.
So, Pooja, what I got was don't overthink it. Okay. We tend to question everything. Yesterday I was driving home and there was a chicken truck in front of us. No chickens on the truck, just a truck with empty crates. And we were driving behind this truck for a good distance. And all of a sudden, this feather blew off the truck and came flying towards us. And it came close to my sister's hood. And I just said, thank you. I said, because how is it that we've been following this truck for so long, no feathers came off. All of a sudden, this pretty decent sized feather blew off the truck. So when you see little things, you might see something out the corner of your eye and you're like, did I see that? Just say, acknowledge it and move on. I saw that and just move on. So if your spirit guides are showing you little things and you are acknowledging it, then they're going to start showing you more, because they're like, now we got her. We've caught her attention. She's seeing these little specks of hint of stuff. Let's show her bigger things. So just believe. But the card I got for you, interestingly, I had shuffled this deck and I sat it down and I picked it up and I was going to shuffle it again. And I heard, oh no, this lioness had a fierceness in her that I didn't reshuffle the deck, right? And it says protection. And you see the lioness there, she has this ankh in her solar plexus, holding on in her solar plexus area. And it says to you, you are strongly protected right now. You are invited to embrace your authenticity and to be unafraid to wisely express your emotions. To protect others, we must learn to develop strength in ourselves and to know the power of restraint, which is what real power involves. So know that you are protected. And I feel like you may have a Lyran guide with you. Okay. So if ever you're feeling unprotected or you're feeling like you don't know if you can trust, lions are such, when we think of them, they're such fierce animals. But look at the gentleness in her face. Her eyes, to me, when I look at it, it just really, oh, this light. There we go. It just radiates this softness, this, but a gentle storm, right? So yes, I'm here. I'm here with you. But if anyone, I feel like if, and I feel like if she's standing behind me, if anyone is makes you feel or does something, her presence is there, like supporting, like, you know, you watch cartoons and you see the fierce animal just standing behind the person, and the person in front is scared, and you're hearing like, well, why are they acting like that? It's because they're not looking at you. They're looking at the power, the strength that is standing behind you. So whatever you may feel afraid of to venture into, know that you are guided, you are protected. Your team will not lead you astray. If something doesn't feel right, just simply say to your guides, my, I always add this, even though I know my guides have high vibration, but just to keep any like imposters out, I always say my spirit team of high vibration, love and light. So when I say that, for me, that gives me a safety net, knowing that anything that is not of love and light is not going to come into that space, because they are not of love and light. Only beings of high vibrational love and light are going to come in to be with me in that moment. So I hope that helps you, Pooja. And that's the message I have for you.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, well.
Akela, that was very wise, very wise. And you were picking up on her apprehension, I think. Yeah. Oh, gosh, she says, that's true. I doubt and overthink a lot, but I will practice to keep those aside and be more open to all the signs from them. Yeah, absolutely. Trust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear birds chirping a lot, Pooja? I feel like that you might be hearing, you know, you might go outside and a bird is somewhere and it's just like, and you're thinking, oh, that's just the bird. But the bird is really communicating, like making you aware that, hey, we see you, you know, are you going to acknowledge us? And a simple, hey, good morning, and keep it moving is fine. But
Mm-hmm. Beautiful advice I got from you both. You're welcome. You're welcome, Pooja. I hope that does put you at ease. But thank you for saying that, Pooja, because you made me remember this amazing. There's two things. One, when I was at dinner with my husband last night, it was just like a pizza place that has like, you know, entrees and stuff. So we went there. And as we're walking out of the restaurant, there is a large turkey feather, like this big, on the ground. And I pointed to my husband. I said, that is a sign right there. But I didn't pick it up, but I knew it was a sign. I mean, if it's a pizza place, what's a turkey feather doing there? I mean, like, you know, a big bird feather. I don't know. It looked like a turkey feather, but
and we
mhm.
Jean, they can do the unthinkable, right? Like you question, why is this big birds for this turkey feather sitting here? There's no turkeys here. But she hear crows a lot outside her window. Okay. But they can make things appear and you're like, well, how did that end up here? What did, you know? So just say, if you hear the crows outside your window a lot, I don't know if you do this, but just say, hey. And so you're acknowledging that even though they may not be speaking to you, you are acknowledging the sound, their presence. And you're going to, I think more is going to come in. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
look
So the other wow moment, I was at the psychic fair recently, and I was doing a reading with a woman who wanted to connect with her power animal, and we were going through the process. And I asked her, who her power animal was, what animal that she saw, the very first one that she saw, and she's like, a fox. And she's like, she just thought, well, that was, it's typical, or it's just a fox. It's not any big whale or anything, it's just a fox. I said, okay, good. And at that moment, as soon as I said that, I looked to my right and there's people walking down the aisle. There's like hundreds of people at this fair. And there was a kid that had, what, a Halloween mask. And
at,
then if you would tilt the Halloween mask, sort of
yeah,
like push it up on your head like this, it was a fox walking. I said, okay, good. And I went like this and I saw this kid with this fox mask walking right past. I said, that's your validation. That's a validation. You did see a fox. We did see a fox. We went through this. And yes, I'm telling you, and how in the world, there's never in a million years would you ever see any fox walking past you at
yeah,
the exact moment that you're looking for validation. It happens like this. It's so obscure and so profound, and it's important for us to be open and say thank you very much. Yes, that's a validation. It really does happen like that. And I could never recreate that scene ever again. I don't think the timing, the person, the energy, the way she was like a little bit in disbelief, like I just saw, like she just thought, oh, it's a regular animal, and I'm like, no, there's a fox. And I made her look. Oh my gosh, it was, I it took me a while. I had head to toe chills.
mhm.
It was just mind blowing for sure. Mhm.
And you said something there, Jean, and this is something we all can do, right? If we want validation. Like when I go walking in the parks, especially the one behind my house, I always ask a couple of things I do. Because it's early, I always ask Archangel Michael to walk in front, behind, beside, be above, and below me. So he creates this protection around me, right? Because it is early in the mornings. And the other thing I do as I walk into the park, I always ask Spirit, I said, if you can, please show me a sign. And I'll walk to let me know you are here with me. And I'll walk to the park, and sometimes I don't see anything as I walk in. And then I'm either sitting or I'm leaving, and then I'll see something. And I was like, okay, I got it. Thank you. And that's what I even it might have just been a bird flying by tweeting, or a turtle crossing my path. But the fact that I just walked there and none of that happened, I asked for a signal and I'm coming back. And now here I'm getting this signal. So just remember, ask if they can show you something, of love and light. And when you see whatever it is, it could be a beautiful mushroom that looks like a cat curled up in a corner. Say thank you. And you'll see things will start to open up more and more if they haven't already.
It is really true. And it's so magical, and it really lifts your spirit and just makes your day all so much better for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Pooja, for instigating all of that and for your question. I really appreciate you being here. And I see that Teresa was next. After Teresa, um, Diana, if you're still here. And when I say this, the name is only Diana. Like
Okay.
some people have like Diana B or something. It's just Diana. Um, thank you, Pooja.
I get a message for these free new one.
Okay, sorry. She says, may I get a message for lease renewal? Is the best option for me to stay or move? Not sure if the issues will be resolved where I currently live. Yeah, you know, that sometimes these decisions are just, beyond writing a pro and a con column, because it's okay to do both, um, but you just need some guidance. So, it takes a lot of effort to move and to find another place and to, get out and it's you probably do want to stay for a lot of reasons, but if there's issues and you're waiting for them to be resolved, I don't know how long of a lease, if you have to do 1 or 2 years. um, but let's just see. For Teresa White, is it in her highest good to stay in the I'm getting it's a free will, it's going in a circle. Is it in Teresa White's highest good to leave and to get? I feel so. I do see that it's they're nudging a little bit more in leaving and moving away. And what this does is it honors yourself. It honors your needs, your requirements, your expectations. You don't want to deal with the issues, and you shouldn't have to deal with the issues, and you want to remove yourself from that situation and move yourself to a different situation where you're calm and at peace and enjoy living where you live. And it's hard to do because I know, believe me, I can't even imagine. But moving, it takes so much effort, and to find another place and not to know. Like, it's sometimes they say it's better to know the the expression is the devil that you know, rather than the devil you don't know. But in this case, it's almost like nudging you. It's almost like it's making it uncomfortable because it's time for you to leave. Like, those issues are there to say, okay, Teresa, it's time for you to move to a different location and a better location, something that is more agreeable to your energy. So consider that. And if you stay for another year, as long as you eventually, move, that's up to you. But I do see you eventually moving. So I don't know how close you are to your lease. Oh, yes, either 1 or 2 year lease. Yeah. So if you, I mean, I do see that these things are here to help guide you, to help steer you, and what do you have at Akela?
So the card, sure. It's the dragonfly spirit, Teresa. And the dragonfly spirit talks about truth. It says truth transcends illusions. But I want to read this part of the card for you. It says dragonfly spirit appears to tell you to pay attention to the truth beyond the illusion and recognize the insights that come seemingly out of nowhere, peeking through from behind the veil. In the realm of spirit, there is far more wisdom than you can perceive with your senses. And there is a deep knowing that you are not separate or alone, for a higher power recognizes you and loves you beyond measure. Fears dissipates as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you. So, what I get from that card is, and it ties into the last sentence, not sure if the issues will be resolved. And look beyond that. How long have you been there? How long have these issues been going on? How long have you probably and others been complaining about these issues and nothing's being done? So this is why I think Spirit is telling you to look for telling you that truth, what you know deep within transcends the illusions of this place. Maybe they're telling you, yes, we're going to fix it. Yes. And it's like ongoing, or they patch it here as opposed to really fixing it. So they patch. And then the issue it comes back to surface. So this is me. I would say, based on your experience with this facility, maybe start looking, right? because you know the truth. And they know their truth, but right now their truth may be an illusion, to continue, and nothing's going to change. But the message from Spirit is that you know what you need to do. You feel it within. In my heart space, I'm feeling a scale, right? And the scale is tipping more to, if I had to say yes, I'm leaving, or no, I'm not leaving, the scale for me is leaning more towards the yes. But I can't tell you what to do, and Spirit will not tell you what to do. You know within your heart what is right for you and your family. So do what you think is best.
Yeah, I think it's a huge feat to, I mean, if the lease ends in November, that doesn't give you very much time, A, to find another place, and B, to get the out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, when we're in a job and the job is saying that, they're cutting our hours and they're lowering our pay and they're shortening our sick time, and it could be that things are unfair and that no, it means we should leave, we should move, it's time for us to move. And this is sometimes they make us feel uncomfortable. They, spirit, our guidance gives us a situation that makes us feel uncomfortable and allows us to make a decision to leave, because otherwise we would have just stayed there. But it's important for us to change and to move. And it's I think you know what to do. I think you're just looking, you not just, but I think you are looking for some validation. um I love that Akela says start looking. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And to even think to stay there another year, it's been stressful the past few months. I'm so sorry. I, you know, I'm sure they won't give you a 6 month lease, but maybe if you start looking and you find something, you can break the lease. I know it's a little more expensive, but at least you'll be in a place that you like. I don't know, either that or you can move to an Airbnb or something where you can go monthly until you can find a place, depending on how bad the situation is. But only you know, like Akila says, Teresa. But I do see that sort of is your time to move and you decide when.
Yeah. And you know what? This last, I'm sitting here and I was told to go back to the book, and I want to reread this one part for Teresa. Fear dissipates as you realize you are embraced by the nurturing force that is everywhere, always in communication with you. Call on your team, call on the angels. I don't know if you talk to God or whomever you talk to. I call him God, so I'm going to keep saying God on my side. Talk to who and ask for help. Ask them to show you the way. You will be amazed, once we ask for help, something that we hadn't thought of pops in. And you're like, why didn't I think of that? So call on your support system for guidance on because they can see the bigger picture, right? For guidance on what path you can take, what can you do, and you'll get it. Because they took me back to this one paragraph, so you can replay it, and hope that helps you. Wishing you all the best. We hope you can get out and find a place that brings peace and calm. She's been asking for signs. Well, I think they're giving you lots of signs. So yeah, see if you can go, as Jean said, 6 months or month to month. We are almost at the middle of October, so it doesn't give you a lot of time to find a place and move in. But at least your lease ends November. So even if you go, so you have the rest of October, all of November, gives you time to look. If you haven't been, I'm sure you've been looking already, but to decide what's best for you. And then if you go month to month, at least by maybe January of 2026, I don't know why I said that, but hey, you'll be into your new space. And don't quote me, that's just what I heard in my head. So I just said January 2026. But wishing you all the best again, Teresa.
And I do like the idea that an Airbnb. I know somebody that put all their things in storage and stayed in an Airbnb until they found, the right place for them. And MLR says, yes, lots of Airbnb owners will give you monthly or multi-month lease. Mine would if I asked, but I prefer to keep it open.
Nice.
So there you go, Teresa. Some options for you. You don't have to, persevere, and but I feel for you, Teresa. It's not an easy decision.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for being here and asking your question. Thank you, everybody, for all your support. I think I did say that somebody was next, but I'm sorry, we are out of time. And I need to respect others' times. And it's really important. I will be back doing this later this afternoon at 2:30, but it will be a discussion. And then at 4 o'clock, we're doing our Ghost Stories event. So please do go over and check that out. And then on Tuesday, I will be back with Joan and Terry Suzuki. If anybody wants readings, I'll be back Tuesday afternoon. I believe it's 3:30 Eastern and 12:30 Pacific. How about you, Akela-B? Where will you be coming up?
I think on the 16th, that's next week, Thursday coming, I will be on. I'm supposed to be on with Linda de Gonzalez. We're doing Wings of Wisdom. And then I hope to have my show on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And I'm not good as Jean with all the other time zones, but it will be on my up on my channel as upcoming shows for you to see. So thank you all again for being here, for your support. We greatly appreciate it.
Okay. Absolutely. There's something else I just and so Teresa says, thank you again. It's been so much, not easy to decide. I know. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you, Teresa. I certainly do. There was something else I was going to say about what's coming up. I can't remember. Sorry, you guys. All right. Thank you so much for being here. And we will see. Oh, I know. Please do make sure you go over and subscribe to Akela-B. If you're watching later, please do go over. We need to help support her, help to see her channel grow. She is an amazing, phenomenal psychic medium. We want her to keep coming back and come back more often and do more shows. So show her your support and let her know that you want to see more from her. And I really do appreciate that. Thank you again, everybody. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.